About 3.5 years ago, the Australian Nursing Federation decided what we were doing in one of our major industries just wasn't cutting it anymore. Our members in aged care were telling us that things were slipping further and further behind. The wages gap was growing, workloads were unbearable, there were fewer and fewer staff available to deliver care, and the sector was underfunded. You told us that care was being directly affected. You told us that you wanted a campaign that shared your vision and passion for nursing and caring for older Australians. So after weeks of negotiation and discussion, the Federal Executive decided to run our first ever national campaign in aged care, a campaign that would see real and meaningful reform.
Our campaign, Because We Care, Quality Care for Older Australians, was born. We set a long-term plan. We coordinated activities. Our organisers took our campaign message out to members at their work sites. We held a national launch at Parliament House.
Welcome to the launch of Because We Care, the Australian Nursing Federation's campaign for quality care for older Australians.
But the idea of the campaign was the easy part. Convincing politicians, a Labor government, that they had to act in aged care was going to be the biggest challenge of all. It's a long way from Capitol Hill to the bedside, and sometimes politicians don't listen. Sometimes we don't yell loud enough. And very often, good policy gets lost in translation. So we pushed for funding in Budget 2010. We had a small win in that budget. These budget announcements signalled a good start, but we still had to endure a Productivity Commission investigation and a federal election before we could be assured of any real reform. We knew we still had a long way to go.
Prime Minister Julia Gillard committed to a second-term reform of aged care in the 2010 election campaign at the New South Wales Nurses Association Delegates Conference. ANF branches in the federal office coordinated protests outside the front of the Productivity Commission hearings. Over 35 members and ANF officials gave evidence about the state of aged care. We handed Productivity Commission a petition signed by 25,000 Because We Care supporters. We wanted the Productivity Commission to know that reform was crucial for older Australians, that they must put the care back into aged care. The community was behind us as well. Aged care resident Brenda Clark heard of our campaign and called our office to offer help. Brenda gave evidence at the Productivity Commission hearing.
But the Productivity Commission did not hear us. Their report did not focus on quality care. Older Australians built our nation. They need and deserve quality care. And none of us were going to back away from that target, no matter what.
It was time to change tact, pound the corridors of Parliament House until we couldn't be ignored. And we went to the Greens and the Independents as well. And of course, you guessed it, more emails and postcards. Aged Care Can't Wait emails and postcards were sent to the Prime Minister. This time, Budget 2012 was the date the Labor government had to announce real and meaningful reforms for aged care workers and older Australians.
The federal government announcement on April 20 was a real victory for the Because We Care campaign. It was a victory for you who had campaigned so hard for so long, and it was a victory for the Australian Nursing Federation.
From July the 1st, 2013, $1.2 billion will be provided to implement the Workforce Compact over 4 years. Key elements of the compact will be higher wages, improved training and education opportunities, improved career development and workforce planning, and better work practices.
Through enterprise bargaining, we will ensure this money makes it into your pockets. Thank you. Thank you all so much for your tireless work and never give up attitude through the Because We Care campaign. This is a victory. Let's celebrate.